All right, we are ready. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We'd like to welcome all of you that are here. Hello, babe. And we welcome all of you folks that are watching us on social media. We're here at the St. Pete, Florida, at the Temple of the Living God, just in case you guys didn't know where you were. And it's Martin Luther King's birthday today, I believe.
Happy birthday.
And we will be celebrating Martin Luther King Day tomorrow, so we're going to celebrate it in song right now.
One, two, three, four. Is anybody here seen my old friend Abraham? Can you tell me where he's gone? He freed a lot of people, but it seems the good die young. I just looked around and he's gone.
Is anybody here seen my old friend John? Can you tell me where he's gone? He freed a lot of people, but it seems the good die young. I just looked around and he's gone.
Has
Anybody here
seen my old friend Martin? Can you tell me where he's gone? He freed a lot of people, but it seems the good die young. I just looked around and he's gone. Didn't you love the things that they stood for? Didn't they try to find some good for you and me? And we'll be free someday soon. It's gonna be one day. Is anybody here see my old friend Bobby? Can you tell me where he's gone? I thought I saw him walking up over the hill with Abraham, Martin, and John. I thought I saw him walking up over the hill with Abraham, Martin, and John.
I would like to welcome all of our virtual viewers. Thank you. It's a blessing to have you here as well. Hopefully, wherever you're watching us, it's not too cold. Today, we have with us Lynne Forrest as our speaker on the topic, Consciously Co-Creating Our Tomorrow. My spiritual reading is by Abraham Hicks, and it reads as follows, quotes, if something you want is slow to come to you, my apologies, if something you want is slow to come to you, it can be for only one reason. You are spending more time focused upon its absence than you are about its presence, unquote. I have a follow-up quote with that as well, and it's by Jack Canfield, and it reads as follows, quote, "It is a universal principle that you get more of what you think about, talk about, and feel strongly about," unquote. Now we have music by Carol and the Goodfellows, and they're going to sing "There Is No Spot Where God Is Not."
All right. Oh, man. Good morning. So good to be here with you guys. I love being in your presence and part of you. I was saying to somebody this morning that, so I'm in need of exactly what it is I'm up here to teach this morning. So I've been put in the place of receiver as well as giver. So just know I count myself among us humans who have a mind that works a particular way. And I'm going to talk about that today. Yes. So co-creating our reality, co-creating, we're all doing it anyway, right? You're doing it right now. Okay, so think about it. Think about when you got up this morning and you were doing your thing, and did you tune in to the sort of the background noise in your own head? And so, because one of the universal laws says that when we believe a thought, as soon as we believe it, we marry that thought, right? It becomes our vehicle, it becomes our ticket, and we take its ride. Because as soon as I believe what I think, I automatically start feeling the feelings of that tone of thought. Thoughts have frequency. They have vibrational frequency. There are high thoughts and low thoughts. We'll just say it like that, And when you're thinking low thoughts, you're going to feel low. You're going to feel angst and resentment and maybe guilt and whatever the low-grade thought that you're having about you and what's wrong with your life is going to generate that energy, and that energy is magnetic. It's the emotion, energy in motion. And we're sending that energy out. So now we're thinking the thoughts, we're generating the emotion, it's going out there, and it's going to attract back to me that which proves me true, proves my point, makes my point. So thinking about you this morning, thinking about what kind of day did you set for yourself this morning? It's a good question to ask. What sort of thoughts am I thinking right now? What kind of feeling? And feelings are an intervention point. And the other thing that happens when you marry a belief, when you marry a thought and it becomes a belief, see, when a thought becomes a belief, then it's a force to be reckoned with. Because you are going to feel the feelings and you're going to act the part. You're going to become the character that believes that. And you're going to feel as it is true, and you're going to walk around in role. Your body posture, everything transmits that energy. We are energy in motion. We are energetic beings, right? So I'm walking around with a particular mindset, and it's generating a particular transmission of feelings, and that is, and now I'm acting as if it's true. I'm expecting to see what it is I've decided is true. So that's what we're all doing. So this is how we are creating our world right now. The part of the title that is the word of the morning, the word of that title is consciously co-creating. And there's a difference between the creating your day and blaming others for it. I'm having a bad day, and it's because you didn't pass me breakfast. You didn't scramble me an egg when you made you one. And so now my feelings are hurt, and I've got to walk around feeling bad, and it's your fault. Because if you were more thoughtful, I wouldn't have to feel like this. And this is what we're doing. We're constantly projecting our unhappy thought out on others and treating them as if they are doing it to us. This is called victim consciousness. And so we are either creating our reality and oblivious to it, blaming everything around us for the reason that we are where we are. I'm going to tell you all this story about an 8-year-old that I worked with once. His family came to a weekend retreat, and he was sitting at lunch, and we asked the children to eat what they're served, So there was black beans for lunch. We had some kind of taco or something, black beans. And he was busy talking to me about how he could not handle black beans, had never been able to handle black beans, that they made him gag, and he gagged to prove his point. Just at the look at those black beans, and those black beans, he could not tell. And I was like, okay, let me just ask you this one question. Is it the beans that make you gag, or is it what you tell yourself about the beans? that's making you gag? And he looked like, whoa. He was pretty sure it was the beans, you know? And I was like, yeah, well, so that's a good question to ask. What if you looked at the beans and the thought you had was, I love black beans? What if, now I'm not saying you should, I'm not saying you even can, but what if you were thinking that thought instead of, they make me gag? And he just got real quiet and looked, and then he said to me, why has nobody ever told me this before? And that's the way I felt the first time I heard it. I began to realize that I'm the one in charge of the life I'm having. And I'm the one walking around with a belief system that I'm proving. This is what we all do. We spin out our own unhappy story about the way we are in the world and the way the world treats us, and then we feel and act it out. Now, once we know that, that's so good. Do you know what? There's actually a purpose to that. Victim consciousness serves. It's part of our process. It's not a problem. It's a revelation. Because when I catch myself in victim consciousness, I know in that moment that I'm out of alignment with reality. Reality is source inspired. Reality is the one source. You know, the alchemists, you've probably heard me say this before, they taught that there's only one substance and everything's made of it. Every single thing is made of the one substance. And they've spent, hundreds and thousands of years looking for what that one substance is. And it's like one alchemist said, it's right beneath your nose. And you're breathing it in. That one substance that everything is made of is consciousness. Everything is made of it. And there are ingredients in consciousness, consciousness is elemental. It's fire, it's air, it's earth, it's water, it's metals. And we are made up of a compilation of all of that, everything. That chair you're sitting in, your body, the person next to you, all of this is made of consciousness. It is what we believe and the energy we project. Nothing is that was not first envisioned. We know that, right? So the imagination is a tool. So these are tools that are for us, and what we get to do with victim consciousness is create the story that we came in to create as our awakening opportunity. Because what happens is we come in, and in our very DNA is the familial lineage. It's the lineage of our ancestors. The beliefs that our family has been inheriting and passing on for generations. It's all there in the bones, in the DNA. And so when you get born, when you come in here, you're already programmed. You've got a program to play out. And it doesn't mean that you're going to play it out in any particular way. You get to have some say-so about what trips you up, what triggers you. And then our parents, they come in, they've got that same lineage. They're showing us how to play out our defenses, how to blame the world, how it is not our fault, it's the other person's fault. And so we create this world that is based in victim consciousness. And our opportunity is to begin, because there is an antidote to victim consciousness. And it has been around since the beginning. And that is, there are basic universal principles that have been around, that are in every body of work, philosophy, psychology, theology, and at the workings of everything. It's basic principles, universal laws. I have a compilation of 10 of them that I use every day. So think of a number 1 through 10. I actually happen to have them written here in this bowl. I've got 10 of them here. These are the 10 that I use every day to help me align with reality, because these are the tools that help me move from victim consciousness when I'm in a state of blame and shaming the world around me and myself, by the way. Because really, another universal law, says that the world is a mirror. It's always reflecting to me my relationship with me. I think about that. So that person, like, I just had a family member come visit me, and boy, I got so triggered several times. And when I began to really look at it, through these principles, I realized that he was a perfect mirror of that part of me that I hadn't even seen till now. He's showing me who I am when I do that. And guess what? I do it a lot. And as a matter of fact, I was doing it in the very moment that he's mirroring it to me. Because I'm all, up in, you should not be doing that. And I'm judging and I'm controlling, trying to, get him to not do that to me. Now I'm controlling. So what are my complaints about him? He's so controlling and he's so judgmental. Dag. There I am. And so that's an example of the universal law. Okay, so somebody, give me a number, 1 through 10. Let's just pull 7. Let's see. Oh, wait, I've got this list here. I've got 7 on the list. I'll just look at it right here. Number 7 is the law of verification. It says that when we believe what we think, we will feel and act as if it's true. So that is exactly one of the laws. So what happens is that when I catch myself in victim consciousness, the way I did with my brother, the way I did this morning, actually, I was on what I call the victim triangle with myself, giving myself a hard time. Because I'm tired and, I hadn't got it all together and I should have done more of this or done less of that, or whatever it is. So now I am blaming me. Now, what kind of tone am I transmitting? And so for me, it was like, pull those principles up, Lynne. What is it? What is it? The law of verification. How about the very first law is the cause and effect? It says that everything the universal law teaches us that there is only one true cause, and that is what it is we're believing. That is the universal mind, because the alchemists said there was only one God, and all 400 million, billion, trillion galaxies, however many there are out there, we have no idea. But all of them are happening in the mind of that one creator. And that means all of us are made of that one substance, the consciousness of that one mind. We're all extensions of that. And we're getting to see what it is that we are projecting out. So the law of cause and effect just reminds us that there is only that one mind and that we're all a part of it. You're it. You're it. And we come in with a download that we get to bring to life. And that program is designed to trigger us because, have you noticed, pain is one of the greatest motivators there is. When you get uncomfortable, you get interested in changing things. And usually it means change you. I'm going to change you and change what you're doing. And so then we do that for a while. We get to see how that works. And so it happens to work a little bit here and there. But when you begin to take a look at it through the universal principle that says that's a mirror of me, that I am projecting myself out for my witnessing opportunity so that I can expand and begin to decide, because consciously choose is an option when you begin to understand that you're operating out of a victim mind that is seeing problems. That's its job. It's looking for problems. The victim mind operates on defenses because it really basically believes that the world is dangerous and that there's something out there I need to protect me from. And so I need to figure out what I need to do so that I'm safe from you. That might mean attack you. That might mean I need to take care of you, take you down as the enemy, because otherwise you're going to hurt me. It might mean that what I need to do is fix you. I've got a game plan. I've got this control package right here. If you just do it my way, you'll be better, at least to me, and I'll be fine. Right? So control is a defense strategy of the victim mind. And of course I'm going to be about controlling you if I believe it's you that's causing my unhappiness. Yeah? So what we're learning to do, there's so much to say. I'm going to go out on one of these. Let me just pull one of these out and see. Oops, look, I got the whole, it's saying, all of me. All right, this one, the law of polarity. It says that there is the one thing, the one substance, the yin yang comes to mind, and there are two aspects of that. And this is a good thing to end on because it's an important one. When we understand there's victim consciousness and then there is creator consciousness, and what am I lining up with? The universal laws help me to determine that. But the law of polarity says that's the one divided into two. That's separation. That's what we come here. We've separated from the one mind that we are. And we have projected out the shadow of that one mind, which is going to be its opposite. So I'm going to take on a limited story about who I am and play that out. And what I can learn to do with that, and this is the goal, this is my daily goal, is to take a look at where I'm divided, where I'm separated, and reach for that which brings me into oneness with that. That means love me even there. That means love you even when, rather than project on you, let me reel it in, take responsibility, take ownership. Self-responsibility, the ability to respond rather than react blindly. And so when I began to take responsibility for where I am, then that gives me the opportunity to evolve, to expand my own consciousness, to go, oh, I have a human mind. The human mind is the shadow of the divine mind. It's the polarity. To have human form, I have to do it. I have to take on that separation, that lie of separation. But I do it purposely. And that's the choice we each have. Do I want to live consciously today? Use when I fall off the wagon of divine whatever, instead of making excuses for it or trying not to, I say, I own it and look for how can I grow from this? How can I expand? And that would be the thought I would leave for each of you today. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Lynne. Thank you for inspiring us and uplifting us.
Thank you.
Thank you for your presence here.
Thank you, Carmen.
Thank you. And so now we're going to move into our time of tithes and offerings, and we invite you to take your tithes and your gifts in your hands and bless them as the ushers come forth. And those of you on social media, we invite you also to participate. If you're on our website, you can press the donate button there. And those of you who are on YouTube, you can actually go onto our website, www.tlgtemple.org, and then press the donate button there. And we thank you in advance for your support as well. And so let us pray. Infinite radiant source of all life, we give thanks for this opportunity to share from our hearts, to give from our hearts. And we acknowledge that divine love moving through each and every one of us blesses and multiplies all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive. And so it is. Amen. And now let us listen to Carol and the Goodfellows as they sing to us our final song.
It's called Three Little Birds by Bob Marley, so please join us. Here we go. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause
Every little thing is gonna be alright.
Yeah. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause
Every little thing is gonna be alright.
rise up this morning.